Hi, good morning, favored ones. Welcome to Soul Reflections. Okay, I know this is like 1 hour late, pero my gosh, the energies of today, really very strong. Nakakawala talaga ng nakakawala sa utak minsan, nawawala ka sa mind. But anyway, I'd like to talk about the relationship to yourself. You know, the other day I was talking to a friend, actually to two friends, and we we're thinking of creating a podcast or conversations about relationships, from the beginning until the end of the cycle. Be it, so from the start, how do you attract your partner? O ano nangyayari when you attract that partner? What happens during the honeymoon stage? What happens when you start to realize that expectations are not being met? And then up to a certain point when the relationship either flourishes or the relationship breaks apart. So we were talking about that, and at the end of the conversation, she mentioned that can we add topics about self-love? And I told her, of course, because the relationship to the self is really very important when talking about relationships, especially romantic relationships or any other relationships that you have in your life. The thing is, if you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself, you tend to project those issues into your partners or the other people around you. And that tends to, you know, um, pour salt onto some wounds. Nakaka-trigger siya. So, we don't know yet what the format will be, but it's in the works. But right now, I'd like to share that realization as well, that sometimes we tend to forget about our relationship to ourselves when we're so focused on our relationship with another person. Not even realizing that we're behaving based on our issues, based on how we see ourselves, based on our memories. It also, made me realize that in my past relationships that I was operating based on not just my issues, but also my memories of the past. You know, we have so many patterns, we have so many programmings that when we deal with a person, everything from the past comes into the forefront, and it comes into play, and that's not really a healthy way to sustain a relationship. And it made me realize that I was also very immature back then in my past relationships. And right now, there's also that thankfulness that it was given to me at this point. Diba? Parang, it made me realize that, oo nga no, immature din ako before. And I acted based on that immaturity. And I'm thankful for the experience that I've had in the past. But what's it's teaching me right now is that we always have to stay present. The past doesn't have any power over you unless you allow it to control your life, unless you allow it to rule the way you behave, the way you act. That's why in talking about relationships, it's always good to do a self-audit, to look at yourself, to see if you actually love yourself, if you actually have insecurities, if you appreciate yourself, if you recognize the good things about you, if you're being kind to yourself. Because if you have a healthy relationship with yourself, chances are you're going to express that kind of healthy love to the others around you, no matter what it is that they are going through. Because everyone has issues, everyone has, problems. But the thing is, will their issues trigger you? Parang, 'di ba? If you're very very sure of yourself, if you have a healthy dose of love to yourself, their triggers won't really affect you. In fact, you would even show more compassion towards them. Um, and you would know where your boundaries are. And of course, honoring that boundaries as well. So there's always that dynamic when it comes to relationship with others and relationship to the self. Don't ever forget that you also have to look at yourself when there's a problem in the relationship. So that's it, everyone. I hope that parang napalalim ata to. Hindi ko alam if nagigets ninyo, but feel free to send me a message if you'd want to discuss this further. And of course, today is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms and those who are acting like moms, who have mother roles to play, teachers, yung mga counselors, or any service-oriented work. If you have that and you are acting in a motherly way towards other people, happy Mom's Day. That also has to be recognized. So God bless everyone. I wish you a blessed day.